Just wanna be sedated all night long. I met a girl and she needs to be. I'm just a mess, so I guess that is complicated. She's like I just wanna be sedated all night long. She's like a tidal wave, and I wanna drown. It's like a hurricane when she comes around. She comes around. She burns her words into my skin. It kills me slowly. She holds me in her arms, her hands, the same. I met a girl and she needs to be. I'm just a mess, so I guess that it's complicated. She's and I just wanna be sedated all night long. She's like a tidal wave, and I wanna drown. It's like a hurricane when she comes around. She comes around. She comes around. Like a tidal wave, and I wanna drown. She's like a tidal wave, and I wanna drown. It's like a hurricane when she comes around. She comes around. She comes around. She comes around.
It's the National Football.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now Mahomes. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Mahomes to throw once more. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm. And
well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 77 yards. And the Eagles are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. Well, they've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Mahomes now to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. And that is gonna wind up incomplete. So they try to hit him with something you don't see too often, but it doesn't work out.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And that'll hit and kick out of bounds, they say, right at the 50-yard line. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Trying to find Barkley on the out route, and he's got him. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback, you got to make that throw, right? Yeah. That's got to be complete.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play. They had a chance there to really build a nice early lead, go up a couple of scores, but he doesn't hit that one quite right. And it winds up an empty possession.
After the missed kick, they're in really good position. They'll begin this drive at the 39 now. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets him back for 2nd down.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Asking them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. Now, remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So they take a big, big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right, the social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Here's Hurts to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that's going to be short of the landing zone. It doesn't make it there, so that means the ball's going to come out to the 40. And that flag accepted. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Fire down these two. Fire down these two. Right side.
He'll throw from the gun. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And I think we're all starting to wonder with this early deficit, what will that do to their play calling? Do they feel like they have to be more aggressive? Because they're throwing to start the drive here, but it winds up incomplete.
Right.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Lots of incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Now here's Mahomes, sliding out of the pocket. Oh, wide open, complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. Mahomes finding his tight end Kelsey for a big one, 46 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now it's Mahomes again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Xavier Worthy, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are back within a score. And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Wide receiver A.J. Brown, you see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1. And there he goes, left side. Now inside the 25, Saquon Barkley, touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 77 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. And a pretty poor kick here. It doesn't make it to the landing zone, and that means they'll move the ball out to the 40-yard line. And they'll accept that penalty. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Pacheco gets it up the gut, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Yellow.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And he couldn't square up to throw there, and it falls incomplete.
Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on fourth down.
Oh, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. And out now come the Eagles.
Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players.
And now off to the races down the right side. Inside the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half. And this is turning out to be something to monitor as this game goes along. That's now 3 touchdown catches for him here in this first half alone.
And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Kicking team.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Rolling.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They go play fake. Mahomes. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down. Try to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted.
Down the right sideline.
Holding. Offense.
And now, oh boy, this is a bit of a surprise, to be kind. They accepted the holding penalty, so wipe out the interception, and their defense will stay on the field. Okay.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelce. 72 yards.
And the Chiefs get a bit closer.
And that is how you retaliate. After getting scored on one play, big pass downfield, and you hit the end zone.
Almost feels like 2 boxers just throwing haymakers at each other, doesn't it? One connects with a big one, the other comes right back. Okay, I'll show you. And they attacked right back on the first play of the drive and hit them big.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the
13. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And CD, sometimes you don't need those complicated game plans or the added wrinkles.
There he goes, right side.
Down the sideline he goes.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jahan Dotson,
75 yards.
And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take it?
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so this is going to be whistled dead, and the ball's going to be placed up at the 40-yard line. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 40.
From the gun, he'll set up to throw.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Look at the big man rumble. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Chiefs are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that cuts this lead down to 13. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Eagles offense and A.J. Brown headed back out there.
He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the second quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens.
2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hurts.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Yellow.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Yellow.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Mahomes going to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Yellow.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Right.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. It's Sidney Brown with it. And the Eagles are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
But with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Now a 2nd and 10.
He'll drop to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
To the right side and intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Reed. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Yellow.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Flush to his right.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 15. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
And this one nearly picked off. Well, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Hurts.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
That is caught. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
A gain of 36 yards. First down, Eagles.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Man open left side is Brown. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Complete to number 11, A.J. Brown. First and goal, Philadelphia.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They go play action with Hurts toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. Defensively, you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
On 2nd and goal, Hurts to the goal. It's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And, oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in his first half, he's missed an extra point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Kicking team.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Mahomes now to throw. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
He'll buy some time right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. He'll have the first down and more than that. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs are able to... This lead in the final seconds of the first half. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. Extra point by Butker is on target, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And with that last reception, he has moved past the 300 mark for receiving yards in a single game. Just an unbelievable achievement. With the all-time record, by the way, of 336 receiving yards now in sight.
The Eagles were led in the first half by their dynamic quarterback, Jalen Hurts. He had a half of the ages, touchdown pass after touchdown pass. He threw a month's worth of touchdowns in just those first 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Don't touch that! Don't touch it!
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. George Karlaftis, the man to bring him down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That one downfield for Dotson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, If they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Yellow, yellow.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out right. And that one into the hands of Brown downfield. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
Yellow.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yellow.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Working from the gun, Mahomes. The tight end, Kelsey, has it over the middle. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Yellow.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs... They're turned away on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Well, the Eagles offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him. And he'll look to keep it rolling right here. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate? Left sideline, a dime, and it looks like he's got it. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play there for Philly. 42 yards. And that's going to do it. With that last throw, he surpasses Norm Van Brocklin's mark of 554 passing yards in one game, set more than 70 years ago, way back in 1951. Now, he's had help from his offensive line and his receivers, but this has been an incredible individual performance. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Great, set.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. So an interesting decision at this stage of the game to go for it. You think maybe that missed field goal earlier had anything to do with it?
If it did, I'm really surprised, because usually one miss is not enough to alter your game plan. My only thought is maybe he got hurt, or maybe they just understand that it's not his day for some other reason we don't know right now. But in general situations, you run him back out there and let him have another chance.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive, eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
A third quarter action from Kansas City. 2nd down and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
But when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a but it winds up incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Mahomes.
This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's fourth down.
Looks like empty possession offensive. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
Wide receiver A.J. Brown. You see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here.
What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though